house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lockdock and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can even replace those expensive transponder keys. We can give you the knowledge that no one else will. Call AA Lockdock and Security at 867-1965. That's 867-1965.
Hospice of Marion County has an urgent need for volunteers to share a conversation with someone, run errands, hold someone's hand. All you need is a willingness to help others. Our volunteers believe the blessings they receive far exceed the services they offer. Will you consider serving, caring, and making a difference? Call today, 873-7441. Hospice of Marion County, making more moments of life possible.
All right. Thank you for tuning in. 63 degrees right now. I was just looking at a live feed from the beach of Fort Lauderdale. I think I'll take a drive.
Oh, nice.
I think I'll take a drive. Looks really, it's been a while since I've been down there. All right. Today's Earth Day. My son told me a few weeks ago that he test drove one of the new electric cars, and I was thinking to myself that as we get deeper into time, eventually gasoline and fuel-driven cars probably will become extinct. We used to have there's a law, they say on the book still, that you can't have a horseless carriage downtown on the square.
Yeah, right. Isn't that something? Tickets.
Which, of course, would be a car. But back in those days, the horses, the pollution that came from all the horses was the manure.
Yeah.
And it would be washed down the drains, and it would go into the rivers, and that was creating problems, not just here, of course, but in your town, Milwaukee. And it was everywhere. So as we learn how to do things better, things improve and things change. And even though it may seem reluctant by a lot of people, I think the young folks are the hope. Today is Earth Day, and we have on the phone a guest who's going to talk to us about these electric cars. I'm looking forward to hearing about it because Alex told me that he was really loved the one he drove. Mm-hmm. Eric Layman is the Vice President of Insight for ALG, the top industry analyst for ALG parent company TrueCar, and works with analytics, consulting, and residual risk analysis teams, providing guidance on industry, economic, and vehicle trends. Thank you for writing all that, Robin, so I sounded smart. The latest in green vehicles. Eric Layman. Good morning, Eric.
Good morning. How are you guys doing?
Good. What do you drive?
I am lucky enough to get to drive everything. I've got to evaluate all the products out there. So,
oh, really?
Most of the vehicles on the road, including all the electric vehicles and plug-in hybrids and everything in between.
Oh, well, good to have you on there. Where are you calling from?
We're calling from Santa Monica, California.
Oh, gosh, nice. I'm jealous. I'm jealous.
Stomping grounds.
First of all, thank you for getting up early, but I love Santa Monica. All right, so here in Florida, on the Florida Turnpike, if you want to fill up your car with electricity, you can. And it doesn't take 6 hours, as they used to say. Now I don't know how long they're there for, maybe 20 minutes?
Yeah, real quick.
But still, it's a big improvement as far as how long it takes, and the cars are beautiful.
Yeah.
So they're probably not cheap, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's a level 3 charger, we call that in the industry. It takes about 20-25 minutes. You got to make sure, if that's the purpose you're buying an EV, most automakers have those superchargers or the high speed chargers as an option, if not standard. But it's something you definitely have to consider. And I think it brings up a valid point. Some of the issues that EVs have had in the market is this idea of range anxiety, that you won't be able to get to your destination.
Right.
I think more and more of these charging stations pop up, and it's really directly addressing that idea of mobility and ability to get to that destination if it's not just an around-town commute for your electric vehicle.
Is the longevity of the car different than the longevity of a gasoline car? In other words, typically, I guess they guarantee them for 5 years, a gasoline-powered car. The standard warranty in the industry for a gasoline vehicle is about 3 years. 3 years.
Typical makers that make some longer offers there. And automakers of the electric vehicles have responded to concerns about battery life. And the standard for the guaranteed battery is typically about 8 years or 100,000 miles. So this is pretty long into the ownership cycle. One of the benefits, even though we all have experience with our smartphone and the battery dying, say, after 2 years not holding the charge, all day. So I think that's why it's top of mind for consumers. But automakers have really done a good job of putting their best foot forward and taking that off of the equation with a good warranty. And so that alleviates that concern.
Do you know what I always wonder? Who pays for the electricity? Because with those cars that we see on the turnpike, they're not paying. They just hook up and
Yeah.
Who pays for that?
Exactly.
Well, there are lots of government initiatives to I guess ultimately use the taxpayers' dollars to subsidize some of this in forms of maybe free available electricity, as you mentioned. We also see free electricity at shopping centers. They want you to stay there the whole 2 hours or so while you're charging up your car and shop around. So you get free charging there. You also get good parking.
Yes.
And then of course there's rebates that are offered by the federal government as well. Now these are all designed to help increase the adoption and get to that sort of utopian vision that you mentioned at the kickoff, the start of the show. It's sort of a kickstart that we're all sort of funneling into with our tax dollars to sort of create a healthier environment, a less noisy environment. EVs are exceptionally quiet. So it's just part of an initiative to progress the technology.
Does the value of the vehicles appreciate differently than the gasoline-powered vehicles?
Yeah, that's a great question. So right now we are seeing some tremendous values both for new and used EVs, and that's really directly related to the gas price environment that we're in right now. A lot of these vehicles were developed after the last recession, when we saw a big spike in gas prices. It takes a number of years to develop any automobile, especially an innovative technology like EV, and we're really starting to see them proliferate as a result of that initiative. But now gas prices are averaging about $2 per gallon as the national average, and people are simply not too worried about the price at the pump that they're paying for, their Chevy Tahoes, their big SUVs, or their sports cars. And so people are gravitating more towards trucks and utilities right now. But, of course, we know over the long term that gas prices are going to go up. There is a finite supply.
Yeah, right.
It's a matter of when. So getting prepared and getting a fuel-efficient vehicle now, especially when the deals are so good out there, is certainly a wise choice.
Let's talk about the fun part of this conversation. How are they? I mean, do you like? Is there one you like more than the other? Tell me some of the cool stuff about them.
Well, like your son probably experienced, there's some great surprises about an EV. So the first of which is that all of the power is available, immediately available from the battery, so that your off-the-line acceleration is just incredible, something that Tesla has really marketed well with their ludicrous drive. But that's a common element across all EVs. Most of these automakers have what they call a sport mode, so it's not as efficient because you're burning up that power to get a smile on your face, but it's a joy to drive. And additionally, it's a very quiet environment because you're not running an internal combustion engine. It's very quiet, and automakers have even made the laminated glass and tried to reduce the cabin noise from wind. So it's very refined, and the battery in the floor of the vehicle also increases the driving dynamics. So I think most people are surprised to see how enjoyable it is to drive an EV because of all these different attributes that enhance the drive experience.
So can this vehicle, if something happens to the battery, be jumped with jumper cables like the conventional batteries, or is that a no-no?
So what we're seeing out here in California is some of the roadside assistance trucks that come out that would normally fix a flat tire or bring you a couple gallons of gas are starting to be equipped with the mobile superchargers. So the same versions you were talking about on the expressway out there in Florida, there's a smaller version of that. It doesn't give you the full charge, but it's like that gallon of gas for a traditional vehicle. It's enough to get you to a location where you can charge, and that's really the best, mobile solution for these vehicles. Obviously, it's much more convenient than having to tow the vehicle outright, and that's a concern of consumers. We typically see that the EV range of pure electric vehicles is about 85 to 100 miles. It's typically enough for most people's daily commutes. And if that's a concern, you can get the plug-in variety, which still gets great efficiency and somewhere in the 40 to 50 mile range of pure electric drive. But then when you run out of that battery, it kicks in with the onboard gas engine that really serves as a generator to provide more power for propulsion.
It does sound fun. We were behind one here in town, and it was just a beautiful car, and it took off pretty rapidly and just kind of kind of spirited away. It was very cool, and it had a cool vanity license plate. I can't remember what it said on, like Goodbye Gas or something like that,
Yeah,
something like that, or See Ya Gas, something like that.
So
We have a
gas.
phone call. Are you okay with taking phone calls, Eric?
Sure.
Good morning. You're on the air with Eric Lyman.
Yeah, it's me, Tom.
Hey.
No, just a real quick thing. I remember Dad telling me that when he was growing up in the 20s and the 30s, all the UPS vehicles in New York City were electric. They ran on batteries.
Really?
They do their deliveries during the day, and then at night they would, come into the UPS distribution center or whatever, plug their trucks in, and they would charge up overnight, and then the next morning they'd start out with a full charge and, deliver packages all day long. And then I guess after World War II, fuel was so cheap, they phased out their electric trucks and went to diesels or whatever.
Oh, wow.
But, so, I mean, the science has been around for a long time.
Wow.
And we're only just now starting to get back to it.
Yeah, sounds like a good. Wow, I never knew that. UPS and whole electric. They were ahead of their time. Yeah. They were ahead of their time. Thank you, Tom.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Have a great day.
Okay. Eric, did you know that?
Yeah, Tom's. I didn't know about the UPS, but the electric drive technology has been around for well over 100 years. In fact, some of the first vehicles that were made by automakers utilized the electric technology rather than the gasoline technology. So it really was that oil boom and the availability and of oil and gasoline and the car drove it, as well as the performance. I mean, we've got a big improvement in the refinement of across the board of the industry, as you'd imagine, but also the technology of EVs. We're now moving on to sort of the lithium ion, which is the next generation of batteries. And of course, Elon Musk is working on his facility out there in Reno, Nevada, and is expecting some significant improvements by the time that Model 3 vehicle of his launches in about a year and a half.
One thing I want to tell you, it's about the cost of the car itself. Robin and I have, we made a friend not too long ago, and his name is Jonathan Wolf, and Jonathan is the guy who did the music for Seinfeld. Remember that? Bunk, 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 bunk. Remember that song?
Yes.
That was him. Okay, so anyway, he made a lot of money working for Seinfeld, and so he bought one of the electric cars. And he said it was kind of expensive. He said, but those of us with money have to be the first ones to buy them, otherwise they'll never take off. So he had this philosophy, like he was contributing to, how everything starts. Like, remember VCRs were originally out of reach for a lot of people.
Yeah, they were $600.
So I don't know if that's the trend in as far as the cost. Have you noticed anything like that?
I think there's probably some truth to that, but we've really that's part of the reason for the incentives from the federal government. I think to make it more affordable. Of course, that's coming from our communal pool. In California, we actually just revised our tax rebate, the state rebates, to almost go down to zero. The incentives for wealthy individuals, so household incomes above $250,000 and $500,000, you essentially get down to zero credit. So there's an understanding that hey, these people probably can afford to
right.
already. So let's support some democratization of these vehicles. I mean, that's true, right? I mean, what you had to sell 2 fax machines to even make one of them important. So without a certain number of these vehicles, there's not going to be the support of the infrastructure for the charging network and all of the other factors that make it actually a convenient feature to live with and for people to want and desire. And ultimately,
it is a cool topic. I've always loved cars. And I don't know how I feel about the self-driving cars because it's fun.
Yeah.
It's just fun to drive. I want everybody else to have a self-driving car so I'm safer.
Yes, exactly.
Well, this was
a while too.
Eric, thank you for being on the air with us. Before you say goodbye, give us a website or two if you could.
Yeah, so TrueCar.com, we've got a network of about 10,000 certified dealers that provide upfront guaranteed savings on the vehicle. And so once you know what you want, head on over there and get connected with your local dealer.
TrueCar.com. Sounds like fun.
Excellent. And keep it in the community. I like that.
Absolutely.
Get connected with local dealers.
Eric Layman, thank you so much. And go get a cup of coffee. Let's see, you're in Santa Monica. It's not even 5 o'clock. Do you know where I used to be? I used to be, you know where Zookie's used to be?
I don't even know where Zookie's is, so I don't know where it used to be either.
Well, it's gone. It's
He's
gone.
young.
It's gone. But the sign is still there.
25.
It's at the corner of 5th and Wilshire. Does that ring a bell?
Oh, that's in walking distance.
Yeah.
I can go.
Yeah. Well, Santa Monica's a small area. I figured you were close.
Okay.
Yeah. I used to work on the beach at one of those pizza places. It's probably a bicycle rental place now, I think. it is.
Probably, yeah. We got lots of bikes over here.
Eric, thank you so much. And we'll talk next time you have something to let. You've been with us before, Robinson,
Yeah.
so it was good to have you back.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. For Friday, some sun, then increasing clouds, a shower and heavy thunderstorm around during the afternoon and evening hours. The high Friday 80 to 84. Later Friday night, some clearing, low 63 in a few inland spots, upper 60s along the coast. For Saturday, partly sunny, just a slight chance of a shower, high 82 to 86. Sunday, mostly sunny, high 80 on the coast, 88 well inland. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. Let's get rid of those sun-damaged ends and faded out color and get into something rich and vibrant. It's time to get that new look started. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon, 351-5358. Hello Gorgeous is a certified Brazilian blowout salon. We can tame those locks, leaving your hair healthy and shiny with a Brazilian soothing treatment. And whether you're going on a job interview or out on a date, your hands do a lot of talking. Manicures are a must. Hello Gorgeous is a full-service salon, so let us help you make a great first impression. Call us today to set your appointment at Hello Gorgeous. Our number is 352-351-5358. Again, that's 352-351-5358. Hello Gorgeous is conveniently located in the heart of downtown Ocala, right next to the historic Korean Theater. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too.
Hello, gorgeous.
Plans for lunch Sunday?
Moms and dads, have a quality time lunch date with your little one.
Honey Baked Ham and Cafe is going to help.
Each Sunday through Mother's Day, bring your child under 10 to Honey Baked Ham at 2709 Southwest 27th Avenue in Ocala between Best Buy and Regal Cinema.
Your child's meal is free with paying adults. Eat it only.
Honey Baked Ham and Cafe serves only the highest quality food and provides a clean, quiet environment so you can enjoy your time together.
For more information, call 861-0011.
Hey, I'm Gary. And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Now, here's another bonus of having older children are more likely to engage in active play, basically built-in playmate. So-called frontier living is back in style, and subscriptions to the association's magazine called Tomahawk and Long Rifle have been increasing every quarter. What millennials like about geezers is their geezery authenticity.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
All right, 8 minutes before 8 o'clock. It's really a beautiful looking day. The forecast says we'll see rain today, but we'll find out later on. I was just looking at the what do you call it? Weather radar in motion thing that they have on the weather.com website. And it looks like there is some weather out in the Gulf that is heading our way. So I suppose that's the weather they're talking about. But the good news is it should be done by today, and then tomorrow it should be a nice Saturday. Tomorrow is Art at the Park over Tuscaloosa Park, and a few things happening over there, and should be fun. If you want to paint, do a chalk drawing on a sidewalk, you could win a prize. It's $15 for the chalk. You get $19 worth of chalk, and plus a T-shirt. So
Yep.
you kind of break even, but it's fun. Just get down on your hands and knees and paint a picture. But you have the child. I have to be a student anyway, between kindergarten and high school.
12th grade, yeah. You can't be anything else. You got to be a student.
All right. Also, if you're talented in other ways, like singing, dancing, etc., there is the Ocala's Got Talent auditions tomorrow. This is happening over at the Florida Youth Ranch, and there's also a guy here in the mall named Les over down by Hair Plus.
Yes, where the jumpy thing is by J.C. Penney.
Thank you. And he's also
J.C. Penney. Yeah.
He's also taking applications for those who want to be in the talent show. So come by the mall and see him if you're interested. That does not have an age requirement, by the way. You can be young, old, they don't care.
Exactly.
They just want you to show your talents. All right, let's see what we have in the news that we can hash about a little bit. Now that's a royal engagement. President Obama and the First Lady today will have lunch with Queen Elizabeth II, one day after she turned 90 years old. The president will have dinner with Prince William as well as Duchess Kate and Prince Harry. The president continues his visit to Britain. Also on Obama's agenda for today is a meeting with Prime Minister David Cameron, which comes amid heated debate about whether Britain should vote to leave the European Union.
There you go.
It's not exactly the same as like Texas seceding from our nation, is it?
No.
Is it that much of a difference for them? I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
In a hearing, lawyers will weigh how to proceed with a lawsuit regarding the CIA's interrogation tactics without compromising classified information. The lawsuit filed by the American Civil Liberties Union on behalf of 3 former prisoners claims 2 psychologists with no expert background on Al-Qaeda created the interrogation program. It has since been discontinued. The Justice Department, which has typically tried to dismiss such cases invoking the state secret's privilege, submitted a brief suggesting the lawsuit could proceed as long as certain classified details were protected. Okay. Passover begins at sundown today. It's an 8-day Jewish holiday that pays homage to the biblical story of the Jews' exodus from slavery in Egypt. Rabbi Hecht will be here a little later on at 11 o'clock to talk to us about that. Back in the biblical days, millions of Jewish people today will sit down for a traditional, how do you say it, Robin? Seder service?
Seder
service and meal without leavened bread and other off-limits foods. I'll have some liverwurst today, it sounds like.
Yes, and ham.
That's what we do.
That's what we have.
This year, rice and beans could be on the table for the first time in more than 800 years. Well, I'll have to ask Rabbi why that's significant.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, I wonder what's the
That's
story there.
interesting. Rice and beans.
What is the story there? Okay, we'll find out.
Be interesting.
The 47th annual New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival starts today. If you want to take a drive up to New Orleans, there will be music on 11 stages there, from jazz acts to rock to gospel. Well, you get the picture. Among the headliners today are Janelle Monáe, Steely Dan, and Jason Marsalis.
Oh, okay.
Steely Dan without Michael McDonald, right?
Yeah.
He left him?
And John Ford Coley. It used to be Steely Dan and John Ford Coley, too. It was weird. It was a name.
Okay.
Right?
I don't remember that.
No? Okay.
I'm not so sure. It's also the first year the festival won't include soul and R&B singer Alan Toussaint, if I'm saying his name right, who died in November. Well, no wonder he won't be there. Organizers scheduled tributes for both Toussaint and B.B. King, who died last May on the closing day of the festival, May 1st.
And Marsalis is Wynton Marsalis, right? Didn't he play?
I don't know.
He was a jazz great.
Don't know. World leaders will converge on the UN today in New York for Earth Day to sign the historic Paris Climate Accord.
Oh, okay.
Approved by 195 countries last December, the non-binding treaty seeks to slow the rise of greenhouse gases blamed for putting Earth on a dangerous warming path. It sets a target of limiting global warming by the year 2100 to well below 2 degrees Celsius. A ceremony is just one of many events marking Earth Day, created in 1970 to raise support for environmental protection.
Wow. Gosh, isn't that something?
78 Sears and Kmart stores are closing.
Oh.
I went online to find out if they affected us here in Ocala, and they do not.
Oh, okay, good.
There are 4 stores closing in Florida. One Sears in Jacksonville, one Kmart in Jacksonville, one Kmart in Neptune Beach, and one Kmart in Perry.
Oh, okay.
That's the only 4 in the state of Florida. Mm-hmm. Trying to cut its way to profitability, troubled Sears Holdings announced yesterday it will close 68 Kmart and 10 Sears stores this summer in its latest move to cut losses.
Gosh.
And again, I did the homework because I knew you wanted to know.
Yes.
Will we see our Sears go away? Will we see our Kmart go away? The answer is no.
Oh, good. Good. Thank goodness for that.
Yeah, we like them.
Yeah,
go support them. Go support them. Go buy a shirt or something.
Sears has a lot of sidewalk sales.
All right, we will take a break, and when we come back with Galen Unold, I have some more trending sports stories.
Oh, cool.
Which is kind of fun. And I also want to talk to Galen about Prince, because Prince and sports, they did come together for the Super Bowl, and I have an observation I want to make with Galen regarding getting older and being a musician or an athlete.
Nice.
We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill. An autopsy scheduled for today on pop star Prince, found dead yesterday at his home near Minneapolis. A Prince tribute went on all night long at a Minneapolis nightclub, First Avenue.
This looks more like Times Square after New Year's Eve. Since news of the music legend's death broke late yesterday morning, thousands flocking here to where it all began. The club, of course, calling Prince the patron saint of First Avenue.
Bill Keller, Fox affiliate KMSP. A 16-year-old Wilmington, Delaware girl dead after an assault at a high school yesterday. Sonny Francis, the father of honor student Amy Francis Joyner.
I thought that the schools were a safe place, that you could drop your kids off and they would come home.
2 girls are in custody. Japan's first domestically built stealth plane has made its first flight. Japan, one of just a handful of nations with airplane stealth capabilities. Fox News. We report, you decide.
Wildfires burn millions of acres each year. And each year, wildland firefighters like Fire Chief James Hall battle to contain them. But they can't do it alone.
A single ember that escapes from a wildfire can travel more than a mile. It can ignite and destroy your home, your community, or more. That single ember can be just as dangerous as the wildfire itself. But you can do something firefighters can't. You can act now to prepare your home and your community for wildfire. You can reduce the risk. Do your part. Go to fireadapted.org.
Get fire adapted. Learn what you can do now to reduce wildfire damage later at fireadapted.org. A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council. Learn more at fireadapted.org.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
The very best in quality is Captain T's Upholstery.
Hey, this is Dan. Let me ask you a few questions. Does your boat look better with the cover on? Has your car's interior seen its better days? Stop using a towel to cover up those rips in the golf cart. Isn't it about time you had it restored to better than new with a custom upholstery from Captain T? Captain T's upholstery has been right here in Ocala for nearly 20 years, so they know how to make your ride one of a kind. Whether you want to take that classic ride back to a factory look or put your favorite sports team front and center, Captain T's upholstery is who to call. 352-369-1810. That's 352-369-1810. Or stop by their location, 5030 South Pine Avenue in Ocala, just past the drive-in. And of course, don't forget to visit them on the web, CaptainTUpholstery.com.
The very best in quality is Captain T's Upholstery.
Yes, it's the third annual Ocala's Got Talent with semifinals May 7th and finals May 21st. But you still have time to shine and audition for a slot in the running for your shot in Ocala's Got Talent. Call 595-7100. First place $1,000, second place $500, and third place $250. Audition fee is just $25 and spectators fee is $5. This helps the Heart of Florida Youth Ranch. Call 595-7100 for your chance to shine. Yes, Ocala's Got Talent.
There's a storm coming. We may not know its path, but your independent auto owner's insurance agent knows no matter what happens, we'll be there when you need us most. Strong through every storm. That's how it's been for our first 100 years. And how it will be for generations to come.
Call George Mangan Insurance in Ocala today, 352-7